On the surface, male platypuses look like someone's bad Photoshop project. Part duck, part beaver, part otter. But underneath, they're armed like assassins, they fight like gangsters, and they flirt like total weirdos.
So Hannah, do you come here often?
Male platypuses look like cuddly little weirdos. Until you find out they've got weaponized ankles and perform one of the strangest courtship dances in the animal kingdom. In this video, you'll find out why male platypuses are armed like schmashins, why their love life looks like a rejected scene from a rom-com, and why scientists once thought the whole animal was a hoax. And just when you think you've got them figured out, I'll drop the weirdest twist of all. Let's get into the video. If you're enjoying the video so far, please hit the like button, it really helps my channel, and become a subscriber if you'd like to watch more videos like these. Okay, thank you! The platypus has baffled scientists since the 1700s. In fact, the first specimen sent to Europe was thought to be a Frankenstein version 2.1. Basically, scientists thought some Aussie prankster taxidermied a duck to a beaver and called it a day. But the truth is stranger, especially for the males, because under that fuzzy, goofy look is a weapon system evolution forgot to uninstall. And trust me, you do not want to be on the receiving end of it. Now here's something wacky you may not have known about male platies. They have a horny spur on each ankle connected to a venom gland. Yes, platypuses are venomous, but only the males keep the venomous ankle spurs. The females lose theirs as kids, probably because evolution decided one gender wielding medieval daggers was more than enough. These spurs can pivot outward like a switchblade to inject venom straight into their target. The venom causes agony so intense, victims describe it like being hit by shrapnel. I don't know how they would know what shrapnel feels like, but I digress. The crazy part is that even morphine often doesn't help. Australia already has the most dangerous snakes, spiders, and jellyfish. Clearly someone said, you know what's missing? A venomous animal armed like John Wick. But here's the kicker. The venom isn't for hunting. It's for something even more dramatic. I bet Platypus Fight Club wasn't on your bingo card for 2025. Yep, their venom is for male-on-male combat during breeding season. They square off and jab venom into each other. But the venom doesn't usually kill another platypus. It just incapacitates them long enough for the winner to claim the turf. And the ladies. So yeah, platypus dating season is basically UFC meets Swan Lake. I mean, imagine if human dating worked like that. Instead of buying drinks, Chad just whips out venomous ankle knives. What's super interesting is that males avoid direct encounters outside the breeding season. They may even adjust foraging times to steer clear of each other. It seems that's one thing we have in common with them. Except we order in and die when someone tries to phone us. With all this violent energy, how exactly do they convince a female to, bow chicka wow wow? Get ready for one of nature's weirdest mating rituals. So platypus courtship looks like a bad underwater tango, and their awkward love dance begins with a tail-biting ritual. To start their sensual dance, the male nibbles her tail, and if she's picking up what he's putting down, she bites back. They took the term love bite to a whole new weird level. After the initial nibbles, a multi-week dance begins, with their go-to moves including circling, rolling, diving, reappearing, and you guessed it, more tail biting. And this dance can last up to 6 weeks. A 6-week-long mating ritual seems a bit excessive in the animal kingdom, but this unique aquatic courtship actually helps synchronize their mating readiness. I suppose when you don't have ovulation tests available, you have to resort to synchronized swimming with a side of love bite. I mean, imagine your Tinder date biting your sleeve for 6 weeks before deciding your boyfriend material. Okay, so platypus dating equals 6 weeks of tail biting. What's the human equivalent? Comment your funniest guess below. Now, I do feel that it is my duty to make this PSA. Fellas, please, don't go biting women's hindquarters. You will go right to jail.
Right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail.
This is definitely one of the weirdest mating rituals I've heard of. But the actual mechanics of platypus mating are even weirder, because male platypus anatomy doesn't exactly play by the rules. Now for the twist that I was talking about. And here's where things get spicy. Aside from being part duck, part beaver, and fully confused, male platypuses also have 2 penises which are covered in spines. A bit of an overkill if you ask me, but scientists say that having 2 penises may help the male grip the female during mating in water, which is fair, I guess. Basically, they show up to the date with a spare USB port, just in case one side doesn't fit. Some added weirdness, their reproductive organs are internal until use, meaning they don't actually have external testicles. And the females are also rather odd. They have a pair of ovaries, but only the left ovary is functional for egg laying. And if you think their anatomy is strange, wait until you see what their DNA looks like. Platypuses don't just break the mammal rulebook, they torch it. Instead of XY sex chromosomes, male have 10 sex chromosomes that form a chain. The weird twist is, one of those chromosomes is almost identical to a bird's Z chromosome. But that's not the only weird thing about their DNA. Our little nerds in white coats have found that platypuses have a mix of reptilian, avian, and mammalian features. For example, platypuses have genes for egg yolk proteins like a reptile or a bird, yet they also have genes for milk production like mammals. Their genome looks like one of those patchwork blankies, except instead of memorable t-shirts, it's a crazy mix of unexpected animals. What's even crazier is that they're able to produce milk, but have no nipples. Not to be rude, but these little buddies look like they were thrown together by a drunk pirate with one eye, severe scurvy, and questionable morals.
Oh, bugger.
But you have to admit they're quite cute. Thankfully, being a genetic mashup does come with some superpowers, like an ability humans would kill for. Dun, dun, dun. Despite being the genetic version of vomit in a tumble dryer, they have one really cool skill. Platypuses can detect electrical signals from prey underwater. Their balls have thousands of teeny tiny electroreceptors, which pick up the electric fields generated by the muscle contractions of their prey. During hunting, the platypus closes its eyes, ears, and nostrils and sweeps its bill back and forth in the water to pinpoint the location of its prey. They basically have built-in night vision goggles, but for electricity. Combine that with venom, claws, and amphibious skills, and you've got a textbook supervillain starter pack. All they need now is a cape and a tragic backstory. And then there's the fact that they have biofluorescent fur. That's right, this questionable creature actually glows in the dark. Scientists think that the bioluminescence actually helps with camouflage or communication in low-light conditions. I'd really just like to know, what made them decide to stuff the fella under a UV light? Like, what was the thought pattern involved? Did they vote on it? Like, how did that work? But here's the ironic twist. Despite all these villain vibes, the male platypus actually fails in one crucial area. This is where male platypuses get more questionable. They are here for a good time, not a long time. After mating, the male contributes 0 to raising the young. After the awkward love dance and mating, they peace out. The mom, however, digs a burrow, lays the eggs, and nurses the baby through her skin's pores, while dad is off stabbing rivals again. So in the animal kingdom, the male platypus is basically the guy who crashes the party, eats the cake, and disappears before cleanup. Also, did you know a platypus baby is called a puggle? Which is kind of disappointing because they really missed the opportunity to call it a platypup. Okay, so what have we learned today? Male platypuses are basically the weirdest paradox in the animal kingdom. On one hand, they're kitted out like little supervillains. Venomous ankle spurs, brutal Fight Club energy, and a DNA that looks like it was hacked together in a lab experiment gone wrong. On the other hand, when it comes to romance, they're out here nibbling tails and slow dancing in circles for weeks, like shy teenagers at a school disco. But if you thought this was peak weirdness, wait until you meet the animal that can turn you into a zombie with a single bite. Check out my blue-ringed octopus video here. If you enjoyed watching me expose the platypus as both a supervillain and the world's most awkward romantic, do me a favor, hit that like button so YouTube knows I didn't just spend hours researching platypus love dances for nothing. And if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss the next round of Nature's Weirdest. Because trust me, it gets even stranger than venomous angle knives. Oh, and I want to hear from you. If you had to pick, would you rather get stabbed by a venomous spur or take part in a 6-week tail-biting slow dance? Drop your answer in the comments below because I need to know that I'm not the only one who thinks both options sound terrible. Thank you for watching my video, and until next time, stay squishy, stay weird, and stay awkwardly romantic. Bye my fellow loons!